Hi guys, Keto for Real Life People here, and it is October. So today I wanted to pop in real quick and start making some fat bombs. Today I'm gonna try and attempt to do 2 recipes. I pulled them from Pinterest, and I'm going to share with you how simple and easy it is. Hopefully, you guys know how I am. If it can go wrong, it will go wrong. So hopefully everybody can see these comments. You can share. I'll try to get the recipes posted. I see Jerry is watching. Hello. Oh, Jenny. And no glasses, so bear with me. Excuse me. It seems the minute I start, I have to cough and then get my voice cleared. So let me wash my hands up real quick. Lots happening today. So I am trying out all new equipment systems, and you would not believe the work it took to put up this setup. You can't get through my kitchen if you tried. And hopefully I've done everything in the prep department that I need to, so that I don't have to go off camera or use the microwave, because it's kind of blocked right now with a big sound bar or arm boom thing. Hey Christy. So I want to talk to you about the fat bombs we're going to make today. I'm going to do a no-bake coconut cookie / fat bomb. It's just a simple process, and please bear with me, because I'm going to try to be able to move you around so that you can see. And then the second one is keto buttercream fat bombs. And this one is going to be tasty because it's just, again, really no cooking to it. The most that we're going to have to do for any of this is melt some chocolate chips. So, oh my gosh. So, fast, easy, and simple. Let me talk to you guys real quick before we get started about different ways that you can make fat bombs. And let me put a disclaimer up, you guys. Everybody always asks the people who share recipes, what are the nutritional values on it? What are the macros? What are the calories? How much fat and all that good stuff? As you all know, I don't do macros. I don't count them. I just mindfully keep track of them in my head. So that being said, here are the things that I am doing. I'm making a disclaimer. Please, guys, I cannot give you a complete nutritional macros breakdown. I can give you a loose guideline during this live, but here's the thing. Depending on which brand you use, depending on which product you make, depending on how many you get out of your recipe. If it says it makes 20 and you only get 17, the macros are always going to be different. So for that general reason, I try not to share. I just don't get into it. I use one app to figure out all my macros, and somebody else uses another and gets a different count. Always there's discrepancies and differences. So if you're going to make this and you are into counting your macros, just find you an app that you enjoy using, plug in your ingredients, divide it by how many, add the servings that you're going to get out of your recipe, and then you'll have a better understanding of what your macros are. All right, guys, let's get started. Everything sound good? I'm hoping. Yes? Yes? Good. Ooh, let me put on my do not disturb. Doop, 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 doop. There we go. Husband's home. Now no one can call me. And if he calls me from the porch, I'll just begin. I'll be like, what? Yes. Okay, so again, I'm going to try to, I don't know, maybe raise this up. I had to wait till I came on live to see how high up I needed to go, so that when I tilt down, I'm not totally out of it, but you guys can still see the cooking area. So give me just a second here to pop around and raise this up a bit. And oh goodness, whoop, up you go. And then let's see. Yes, I'm still in it, but what I want to be able to do is tilt you guys down just a bit to see the workspace that I'm working on, and I can actually slide this a bit and get all of it, hopefully. Yes, you can. Okay, here we go. Now, you might not be seeing me as much. I printed these off so that I can give you an idea of how simple it is. I'm going to start with the first one, which is the no-bake cookies fat bomb. And it's really simple, guys. Let's hope. I've got all my measuring cups now at my fingertips. So this first recipe that I'm doing this morning calls for 3 cups of organic unsweetened yogurt, coconut flakes. And I bought the Now brand, and it has about 10 ounces in it. I only paid $2.99 at the granary. It doesn't cost much. Now, I will caution you, I love the smell of fresh coconut. Oh, it just smells so good. So good. So for this today, let me see if I can slide you a little further. Sorry for all that. There we go. I want you to be able to see the bowl. And can you all see that okay? There we go. Oh, and I spilled some coconut. But I'll just leave it there because maybe that'll make a great picture. So this is one of those things that a blender or a food processor is necessary. And we're going to do 3 cups of coconut. There's one. I went ahead and bought 2 bags of this while I was at the store today because I figure with fat bomb season upon us too, I would probably be using more. So I went ahead and got 2. And 3. There's 3 cups of freshly organic, unsweetened, dried coconut. Oh, that's so yummy. Really good fat. Next, we're going to go ahead and add 3/8 of a cup of coconut oil. And we do want to be careful when you're using a food processor, or say you have a Vitamix or a Ninja or something like that. Be careful because you don't want it to be coconut butter. We want these to be coconut cookies, fat bombs. And I pray that I have enough of this coconut oil. If not, I will sub butter. I'm not even worried about it. Now it says 3/8 of a cup. Who even does that? I know that 3/8 of a cup. That's just crazy. So let me see if I can find an 1/8 of a cup. 3/8. Well, a quarter plus a half a quarter. So it's just odd to me, guys. Very odd. I still need a spoon for this little jar I got. Now you can soften this. You know, coconut oil, when it's above a certain temperature, goes to liquid. I'm going to leave it solid. The reason being is that way it doesn't turn into coconut butter so quickly. And this is how my recipes go. Just put that down in there. Give it a little smush. And I need to move this paper out of the way. Honestly. Here we go. Out of the way a little bit. That way we're not getting oil. You should see my recipe file, y'all. I've got a little folder that I've been printing and collecting recipes for, oh gosh, 20 years. And there's so many spots on it you wouldn't even believe. Now, I will say this. Now, I might be lacking a little bit of flavoring in here because mine is refined coconut oil. I'm sure that using just organic, unsweetened coconut oil, just the coconut flavor is going to be great. I got a little extra in here. So, there we go. That was the hardest part of this recipe, guys, is measuring the coconut oil. Let me get this here. I went ahead and put something down underneath my food processor because the surface is beautiful, but it doesn't look real heavy duty to me. So I'm thinking that I want to protect it and keep it. I already see like a little teeny scratch on there, and I don't know how that could even happen. Who knows? Who knows? Now we're going to go with sweetener. Now this recipe calls for a 1/2 cup of xylitol. Guys, I don't prefer xylitol. I don't like it. I'm going to use the Lankanto monk sweetener. I just think it tastes better, honestly. And I'm not gonna go quite a half a cup at the beginning. I'm gonna go with a quarter cup. I'm gonna increase sweetness if I feel like it. And that's one thing I will tell y'all. I know some people like to use stevia, some people like to use pure, some people like to use just erythritol. Just do whatever you feel like, whatever sweetener you like, but start small and work your way up. That way you aren't getting it too sweet and having that weird aftertaste. And it calls for 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Oh, this is so nice being able to just honestly reach in here, grab what I need, and not have to run off all the time. Are y'all seeing everything okay? Yes. 1, 2, and 3/8 of a teaspoon of salt, which means, you know me, I'm just gonna pinch it and put a little salt in there. That's it, guys, that's it. We're gonna talk about what you can do with this. And I think the best way to do this is to pulse it, because you just want it to become a big, sticky mess. Yay! Hi, Betty and Barrett. I can see y'all's comments. Once I get this together, I'm gonna taste it and see if that is where I want it, and if I need to, I will add more sweetener. And this is one of these kind of things. Think about the things. If you wanted to add some nuts, you can. These also will set up at room temperature, so there's no need to freeze them according to the recipe I found. I'm gonna check this out now, take this top off, and see if we're at that. No, it's very crumbly still, so, but I'm gonna give it a taste, okay? Now for me, personally, that is more than enough sweetness. And all I did was use a quarter cup. I did not use a half a cup. That's way sweet. I'm gonna keep pulsing though, and I might even add a little more coconut fat. It's very crumbly. And I haven't made this recipe before. Is that fine coconut or coconut flour? It is finely shredded organic coconut. There's no coconut flour in this. It's just coconut, shredded coconut, coconut oil, a little sweetener, and a little bit of salt, and a little bit of vanilla. And that's about it. But we do want to take it down to its creamy, stick-together texture. I will check it again. It's starting to pinch together. I think I'll add just a pinch of fat. So, 3/8 of a cup is a quarter plus an eighth. It's not quite, I don't know, half a cup. This was a strange recipe in the sense of that was an odd measurement for coconut oil. So I'm gonna, let's call this a half a cup of coconut oil, because by the time I add another big glob of this, that's what it's gonna be. I'm so glad I know how to measure all that stuff out. What kind of food processor do I have? This is just a basic Cuisinart food processor. I think my husband bought it for me about 4 or 5 years ago. About 5 years ago at Sam's Club. It was $99. And it does have attachments that come with it. It has the shredder plate, a slicer plate, and all that. But, you know, mostly I just use this bottom piece right here. And the main chopper thing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give this a scrape, because now it's starting to form some shape. So I'm just going to scrape my bowl down. And you know what, I should have started with the first one, because I do have to use my food processor for that. Now then, let me see if I can form this into a ball. And all you want to do is put some in your hand and squeeze it to see if it sticks together. And it's kind of, It kind of does. It's kind of crumbly. And I think that's the oil holding it. But see here? There we go. I can hear it squishing, but it is a little crumbly. Now, I did read on her blog that she said they do crumble a bit. I'm going to pulse it just a teeny bit more. I can tell you right now, it's going to be delicious. Can you say, you remember those candies that you would buy at the grocery store? My parents always bought the coconut, Brock's coconut, little bite-sized things that had chocolate, strawberry, and vanilla. They had that coconut. That's the flavor of this, you guys. It's almost where it's pushing itself up and sticking. It's going to be good, I tell you this. Okay. You see now? It does crumble, so you're gonna have to like squeeze it and shape it, and then, or you could press this into molds even. And I think that the coconut oil in it would definitely hold it together. So, yes, I think we're there. We're gonna leave it like that. It's like fine sand. That's kind of where you want to be with it, is in sand. Now then, I'm going to bring you guys back up for a second. There you go. All right, so it's like fine sand. Now let's talk about putting this together. And how simple was that, guys? It was like just shredded coconut, coconut oil, vanilla, and salt. 4 ingredients. But here's what you can do. You can use just a basic ice tray or a silicone mold, and you can press these out so that you can just pat them in there and make your 20 servings. This one that I bought at Hobby Lobby was 10 bucks. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's 28 squares available on this one. You can do something like that, but wait, there's more. You can also, if you so want to do this, get you your little mini muffin pan, and you can put your little paper cups in them and form them in little balls and just drop them into individual cups. Yes, Kim, I mean, food, I told you guys last night, I am a little bit of a kitchen gadget whore. I just can't help myself. Hey, Peggy. So you can do that. Let me grab some cups, and let me get some liners here and show you. Oh, these are a good idea, or even these are a good idea. Here, let me just grab some real quick. So I get these, and if you keep your eyes open at Hobby Lobby, Walmart, wherever Michael's, wherever I find these kind of little paper cups on sale all the time, and you just drop them in your muffin pan, so they hold each serving fine. I also found these little guys at Walmart. They're by Wilson. They are the, let me see if I can bring them over here. So they're a little tougher. They're like a little cup, treat cup. And they're great for like when you're doing parties and whatnot, but you could easily just set them on your, let's see. You could easily just put them on a tray because they hold up nicely. And they're just disposable paper cups. And you can put them all on there and stack them in there. Ah, yay. Hey, Suzanne. I'm glad you get to catch the live. Hi, Lillian. So this is different. Now, say you don't have any of that. You can just take a cookie sheet or a flat pan, anything that you've got. If you want, you can line it with parchment paper. You can wax paper. You can spray it with a little non-stick so they don't stick. And you can just put them on a sheet, pop them in the freezer. And I will tell you, if you are working with a silicone mold, always remember to place it on something like this. That way, if you're putting them in the freezer, it's got a solid base and it's not wobbling all over the place. All right? So I'm going to take, and I think what I would like to do is, I'm going to go with the flat pan method today. And I think I might use these little cups. I think they're going to be great. Let me get this out of the way. I've already made a mess of my kitchen. I always think I'm going to be so organized, everybody. I mean, you would not believe what I go through. My husband's like, God, you get so uptight before I live. I'm like, I can't help it. It's not perfect. Hey, Charlene from Southeast Texas. Hey, girl. I see that hand wave there. Oh, and then there's cute molds. Oh, this lighting is a little bright, isn't it? Let me see if I can pull it up so you can see right down into there that they have. There you go. These are cute. I've got a ton of these. Again, keep your eyes open because, you know, they'll come up with like spring molds, and then when spring is out and fall comes, they start doing leaves. They start clearancing these things. You can pick them up pretty darn cheap. So, anyways, I'm going to set all that out of the way. And I'm going to take my pan. Wish I could bring this back down and be able to work and see at the same time. Maybe I should just back it up a little bit. Be patient, y'all. Be patient. We shall see if that works a little. Ah, it does work a little better. Now you can see everything. I gotta remember my marks. I'm gonna have to put tape on my floors. That way you guys can see what I'm doing. So I'm gonna take my little cups and I'm just gonna pop them on a pan on here. And these I saw when I was looking at the blog. Much better, huh? I kind of get to do both. I'm a work in progress, y'all. I'm a work in progress because I don't know what I'm doing from a hill of beans. I can cook all day long, but this technical stuff here, oh my goodness. So let's see, 3, 6, 9, 12, 13. I'm going to have more than that. 14, 15, 16. Oh, this one holds 20 perfectly. Now, I did take a pinch, I did take a bite, and it says we're supposed to get 20. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start with the one that I already had made, and I'm just gonna see. And you want them to be about 1 inch. So you don't want them really big. You are doing awesome, thank you. I like to watch Nancy cook. I love to watch Nancy cook. I do not plan to make anything sweet. Oh, well, you know, that's fine. So there's one, and I'm just going to drop it in the cup. How cute is that, guys? And I'm going to pinch some off. I find being in the kitchen doing stuff like this relaxing, honestly. I mean, it's a little nerve-wracking when you're on a camera because you make mistakes, and I guess that's okay too, right? But I try to do it so that y'all know it's okay in the sense of, look, I'm not perfect either, obviously. But just don't get too riled about it. You know, if it tastes good, it doesn't have to be pretty. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to satisfy your sweet tooth. It has to feel that need to be a munchy person every now and then when everybody else is being munchy. So they do crumble a little bit. I'll be honest with you here. This is it's squishy almost because it's like the coconut in itself is really dry, but the oil, you know, melts, and it melts just with the heat of your hand. So you can compress it a little bit, and then you end up with these cute little balls. We're gonna just pop them in there and keep on a scooping. Now, I imagine you could freeze them a little bit if you like, just to make sure or that the oil hardens back up quicker. And then we can take some Lily's chocolate chips and melt them. We can either do it in the microwave or we can do it in a double boiler on the stove. And then we can drizzle a little bit of chocolate over the top of these or cover them. If they're frozen, it would be easier to completely coat them. But the second recipe that I'm doing for y'all today does have a chocolate coating, so I'm not gonna coat these. These are tasty already. Let's see. That's what, okay, I got in trouble, but love to watch you. Make you think of Paula Deen. Oh my goodness. Aw, thank you guys. You're so sweet. So, so sweet. You would not believe, you know, I've posted this once somewhere. As a lifestyle coach, you have to do a lot of positive self-talk. And believe me, guys, I wasn't good at that. I really wasn't. All my life, I was really never good at self-talk. I was really good at being self-depreciating and negative about my own personal stuff. But when I do stuff like this, I do wonder, you know, because I'm just human. Is it, you know, are they liking it? Do they enjoy it? Am I wasting their time and mine? And you guys make it all right for me. I want to let you know that, and I appreciate y'all. Oh, this one looks like a tater tot. I do appreciate you guys, you know? Knowing that somebody out there appreciates what I'm doing and what we're doing this for makes all the difference in the world. And I just want to take a second to say thank y'all. Thank you so much. I wonder how I did that one. It was a really cute tater tot shape. I get it. It's like making a little roll here because I'm squeezing it. As you can see, I'm rolling it and squeezing it at the same time. There we go. Nope, it crumbled on me. So it is a little crumbly, and I think the warmer this oil gets, that one's a little bigger. The warmer this oil gets, and in my hands, I can just feel the coconut oil squishing out. And even though I can't do buy regular flavored coconut oil, maybe I can now. I don't know. I think it would enhance this. So, because it has that good coconut flavor with the coconut, it's gonna make it all right. Ooh, this is coming along so nicely. My way I'm going, I think I'm gonna get more than 20 of these, guys. That's what it looks like anyway. Now, these are wonderful things. Like I said, if you make these up and get them frozen and put them in your freezer, that way, you know, put them, if you got a freezer like me, mine's outside in my shed. I can't just get to them. I have to want to go to the shed. Sometimes it's just not worth it. But make them up and have them on hand, especially with all the holidays going to be coming up. I don't know about y'all, but you know how you get invited to company parties, you got your cookie exchanges. This would make a great idea for a Christmas cookie. And I bet you could even, instead of using vanilla extract, you might even be able to use a little bit of peppermint or almond or something like that. You could change this flavor up. You could even intensify it by using some almond extract, I bet. Oh, my husband came in the back door and didn't shut it, and now it's blown open. And he left. He left in my car. So, give me a second. I gotta go close the door, or else the house will fill with flies, and I cannot have that. Give me a second here. Now my hands are gonna need to be washed again. All right, I'm gonna run around here on this side, through the lights, through the maze I've got going on. Thank God I'm short. Back through the maze, down the rabbit hole, and back. Woohoo! There we go. Now, just get me another handful of this. Let's see, not a coconut fan, but enjoy your company. Aw, thanks. The next one that we're making is not a coconut recipe. It is a buttercream recipe. That's why I said I should have done that one first, because I'm gonna have to use my food processor for it. It is just cream cheese. Get this, guys. Cream cheese, butter, vanilla, sweetener, pardon me, I had a hiccup. Sweetener, and then it's like you use powdered sweetener, because we're making like almost you can use this as a frosting, or you can roll it into balls and then dip it in chocolate and cover it in toasted nuts. So I'm thinking, hey, there's my tater tot shape again. Now, once I get through these, guys, I'm gonna, if I got leftover, that's fine. I'll make them up later. I'm not gonna keep going once I get this little pan made up. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze me. Yes, creamy, creamy, creamy is the key here. You know, when you make a cream cheese frosting and then you add your powdered sugar and butter, that's basically all this is going to be. It's like taking a thicker version of it for this next recipe. And I haven't tried either or of these recipes. So when I post these ones, oh, this one's wanting to fall apart, just big time. The oil is warming up a lot. So I'm back to making tater tots, I think. Ooh. She says in here they're crumbly, but anyways, when I post these recipes, I will be giving credit to I think it's Whole New Mom is the one who did this one, and that's where I got this recipe. Pinterest is a wonderful source, guys, when you're wanting something. And I tell my daughter, I was telling her yesterday, she's like, I just sometimes feel brain dead. I don't know what to make. I'm not like you. I can't just go in the kitchen and throw something together and make it taste right. Well, go to Pinterest, I told her. I said, you know, I'll go to Pinterest for inspiration. 9 times out of 10, I'll see something and I go, well, you know, that looks good, sounds good. I don't have everything, but, you know, I bet I could do this or this. Now, that's where I come in. But you can be inspired and find anything and everything on Pinterest. That's for sure. Oop, I broke it. This is the most time-consuming part, and I'm telling you right now, I'm watching the oil squish between my fingers. Gently, gently, gently. I'm being a little rough on them. Now, I've got 2 more of these to make. I don't know, I will set this stuff to the side to probably finish making them up, but oh my goodness. This could even be considered a wonderful little topping on top of something. So you might just get your servings made up and then use it to top on top of a mug cake or something like that. Ooh. Or even on top of a pumpkin. Oh, I'm telling you, any of the cheesecake things that we do, you could just use this as a crumb coat on top. I wonder if I could bake this off and make it into a pie crust. See, there's where my brain goes, guys. I start playing with something and then I think, how many other ways can I use this? How many ways can I get this to go somewhere else? So there we go. Let me take this and move it over here and rinse my hands. I've already got my Instant Pot set up because guess what? It's Monday. It's time for a pot. No, it's Tuesday, isn't it? I was supposed to make pot roast yesterday. My husband didn't get one and he was not happy. He was fairly gracious and ate chili dogs instead. But I've got the Instant Pot out. I'm going to make a pot roast for him today. We do pot roast like once a week. We're kind of regularly scheduled that way for certain things, especially once the weather turns. You know, during the summer months, once a week I like to grill some steaks. Once a week, without fail. And then we switch from grilling steaks once a week to making a pot roast once a week. Sometimes I, you know, make it just traditional. Sometimes I do like that Hungarian one I did. There. All right, so let me show you here because I can't see now that you guys are backed up. I can't see your comments as much, but I do want to show you. I'm trying to get it so that light hits it. There we go. There's 20 right there. And again, you see, she had done the macros on this for 20 servings, but from what I did, I'm going to get at least, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 more of these. So I'm not going to worry about it, but I am going to pop these in the freezer and we're going to start on the next one. Again, this recipe that I printed out, it says it will set at room temperature. But for time's sake and for convenience sake, I think it'd be great just to pop them in the freezer for a few minutes and let that coconut oil chill down and bind that together a little bit more. So that's how easy it is. Now I need to take a bowl, a different bowl, and empty my food processor. I probably don't need a bowl that big. Put this here. gonna need. So I'm just gonna take this extra here and put it in a bowl, and I'll make this up later. Take this out, tap it, get all that coconutty goodness, yum! And set that there. And oh yeah. Give it a good scrape. And again, this is what happens during lives. I was telling my husband too, I said, you know what? We've got a new our road is being paved out in the front. And they haven't been out there in weeks. They come up, they show up out there to do construction in front of our house. Oh, I don't know. It's been a month. They show up 3 or 4 times here and there. You never know. I said, today I'm doing a live, and guess what? Today they're paving directly in front of our house. I said, I guess they didn't get the memo that I was doing a live. I hope they're not too loud. That's why I popped my earbuds in too. I was like, you know what? I don't want to hear beep, 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 beep. Guys, that is so tasty. You guys are going to love that. I'm going to tell you right now. Could you use coconut butter in this? You might be able to. I could see it happening. I had some up there. I thought about it. But if you were to keep processing this too long, you will end up with coconut butter. Isn't that funny? So let me set this over here. I have got to make sure. I'm going to pull my trash can real quick, and I'm going to get as much of this out because I need to make some powdered sweetener. You can go to the store and buy Swerve powdered sweeteners. I will tell you, they cost a little bit of money to do that, but if you're all about the convenience, then, you know, go for it. I have bought it myself, but I thought, no, today would be a good day to just make my own, all right? And show you how simple that is in itself. I'm gonna get a fresh paper towel. And you guys notice I am not running water over this because when I do the powdered erythritol, any type of moisture whatsoever, the water will turn it into liquid. I would rather have just a little bit of coconut oil in here that's dry and that will absorb versus dissolve. So that's what I'm doing. And I'm just gonna put that back on there, like so. Because I don't need it to make the fat bombs, I just needed to take my sugar and bring it down. I'm gonna do the same thing with my blade here. I'm gonna just knock off the coconut. And for those of you who would freak out and go, oh my God, she didn't wash it. It's all good. It's just coconut. It's not gonna hurt us. And I'm probably, you know, it's my personal kitchen. It's not like I'm selling them to the public. So there's a difference. I'll tell you what, did I ever tell y'all once when I was doing that very first nutritional yeast tutorial back in April, I was doing my live. It was live, you know, things happen when it's live versus editing and recording and all that good stuff. And there, that's better, huh? Anyways, I coughed. I couldn't help it. It just popped out. It coughed, and I didn't wash my hand. I touched my bread, and people lost their ever-loving mind. Not on my Facebook Live, but on my YouTube upload. Oh my God, she coughed in her hands. She didn't wash her hands. I was like, you know, I'm very good about washing my hands and stuff, but God dang it, it was my bread, and I was the only one going to eat it, and I already had the, you know. So, for what I'm doing right now, just to make up a little powdered, I just want to get all the coconut, as much coconut off and oil. And there we go. So I'm putting that right back down in there, making sure I get off as much of the little crumbs as I can, and voila. There we go. So onward and upward. Let me see what the comments are real quick, you guys, and I'll see what we're saying here. I love coconut butter. I have a big jar of it. Don't use it anymore because of the wonderful things she does. Let's see. It's so delicious. Yes, Jerry. That stuff is addictive, to say the least. I had a member message me and said, hey, look, I'm having an issue with my coconut butter. I just want to eat it and eat it and eat it. And it, you know what? I did the same thing. When I first got that, I bet you probably for a month and a half, every time I was hungry, I took a bite of that. And you know what? I was losing weight like nobody's business. I was up in my fats. So, don't stress it. I would rather be like, I'm addicted to coconut butter than to, hey, I can't get rid of my diet colas. Yeah, just saying. Just saying. Okay, onward, upward. I have a big pile of coconut here. Let me set this on this side. Put this here. And let me bring my bowl over. I'm going to get to use this beautiful hand mixer today versus my stand mixer. I'm going to be using an actual hand mixer. This was a blessing, a gift sent to me by Bree Goodwin, and today is my first day getting to use it. So Bree, if you're out there and you're catching the replay or whatever, thank you, lady. I'm finally going to get to check this bad boy out. Super, super excited. We're going to go on to the buttercream fat bombs. Let me do a little rundown of the ingredients for you. These are keto buttercream fat bombs. They are done by Nom Nom, Nom Nom, nomnom.com. So that's where I found this inspirational recipe. Again, there's really no cooking involved in this, so we're easy peasy again, guys. Let's see, gluten-free, prep time's 15 minutes, servings 1 batch. For the buttercream, we're going to be using, it says 115 grams. Everything was metric. So I weighed stuff out, and what it comes out to is about 4 ounces of butter and 4 ounces of cream cheese. Room temperature softened. It says 2 to 6 tablespoons of powdered sweetener of choice. You can use xylitol, stevia, to taste. So we're going to do that. And then 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And then for the coating, we're just going to use Lily's dark chocolate chips, and we can use some toasted almonds as well. So I'm going to get the powdered erythritol. It says 2 to 6 tablespoons. Well, 3 tablespoons equal 1/8 of a cup. So a 1/4 cup of sweetener should be more than enough for what we need. And what I can't use, I will just put it in a jar or a baggie. And that way if I need powdered sweetener, I'll have some on hand. So with this, we just want to turn it on and let it go and seal it. That's all there is to making your own sweetener. If you have a blender or you have a food processor, you can make your own powdered sweetener. I'm going to check it and see how fine it is. Let the dust settle. Let the bodies hit the flow. Let the bodies hit the flow. I know. But that tune came in my head as soon as I said, let the dust settle. I thought, let the bodies hit the floor. Yeah, I was kind of wild in my 40s, y'all, just saying. I was all groovy. It's because I got married at such a young age, so I had midlife crisis during my 40s. It's pretty fine. I think I'm going to give it just one more second or two to totally get fine. Let's see. Oh. Watch. It's almost like Halloween. 'Cause this is Thriller. Oh, there we go. We are at powdered consistency, so we're good for go. It's so sweet. And it has a fine coating just because I had a little bit of oil in it. But again, it works out just fine for what I need it for. I'm going to use this little teeny bowl, and remove my blade. I don't need it. I'm just going to take this and put it in a little bowl. And there we go. Voila. Let's see. Can you see? Oh, that's so reflective. Over here. As a matter of fact, I think I will completely unplug this and move it out of my way. Because you know me. Ugh. This way, I have another work surface. Yes! Let me see what y'all are saying. Let's see. Let's see. Here we go. Ooh, I haven't tried coconut butter, only unrefined. Oh, girl, you gotta have that coconut butter. It's so delicious. Coconut manna, pureed coconut. It just depends on what they call it, but it's so good. Let's see. It's all good, Julie. I'll be posting it. I will be posting it ASAP. So I'm going to flick this to the side. I'm going to put my beaters in. And let's just make sure that we're lined up. Snap. Well, that just kind of clicks in there. I've yet to get to use this. I mean, it is sparkly, brand new. Sparkly. There we go. Oh, good God. I'm used to them snapping. You can tell how long it's been since I've owned one of these guys. Let's see. Ah, there we go. I didn't want to push too hard because I didn't want to break it, but I guess I got to push in there a little bit more. Okay, line up. Maybe I got to put this one in first. You guys are so sweet. Well, there we go. Now let's see if I can get this one to snap in. Ah, yes. On, off. Oh, yep, that's it. That's how that works. Now, oh my goodness. On, off. Okay, I get it. I get how it works now. Okay, let me grab my butter. I have butter and cream cheese. And I'm going to get a spatula. Now this recipe, let's go over it again. It says it makes one batch. This one also makes 20 balls at 0.25 carbs per ball. So not even a quarter net carb for one fat bomb. What? It does have, I did print out the stuff on the back. Let's see, for the whole batch, that's the way they did this. That way they didn't have to break it down into servings. 1,229 calories, 132 grams of fat, 5 total carbohydrates for the whole batch, you guys, total. So you break that down and it gets crazy, I tell you. All right, so we are gonna take the cream cheese and pop it in there. And then we're going to take the butter and scrape it in there into our bowl. There we go. We'll set these in the sink. And let's see, what does it say? I think, again, this is just one of these, you just hurry up and put it all together. The sweetener, 2 to 6 tablespoons. I'm going to start with 2. Depending on what you do, certain sweeteners are more sweet tasting than others. This one calls for 1 teaspoon of vanilla. So I'm going to put that in there. I'm going to wait. I mean, just generally speaking, I like to give this. This is so cool, Bree. Thank you. You just want to mix it together. Scrape the sides of your bowls. I'm going to keep going. I want to see. turn that. Well, let's see if I still got it. I like to sling the stuff out. And I'm going to do it at low speed. Oh, yeah, that gives me speed. All right, so now my batters are clean. I'm just going to see how soft and pliable. Let's see some comments real quick. Let's see. Howdy from Crosbyton, Texas. Hey, Sue. Oh, what is that powder? It is powdered monk fruit. I just put it in my food processor and processed it. Okay. I'm just going to get myself caught up. Let's see. I would add a little stevia drops. See, that's, again, sweetener of choice. These kind of recipes are what I call forgiving. You can play with them all you want to. Like I said, I'm going to start with the monk fruit. I really enjoy the monk fruit. It doesn't seem to have much aftertaste. And I'm just going to put in that teaspoon there and maybe a half. If I need to process more, I will, but that last thing I did was pretty darn. And get that. I'm so used to having a stand mixer, you guys. Let's see here. That's it. Give it a little taste. It has a very light sweetness. I'm going to see here. Let's put that teaspoon of vanilla in now. You could add lemon to these, guys. You could add peppermint. You could add cocoa. You could add butter. You could add caramel. You could add maple. See, here's where it is. You've got butter. You've got cream cheese. You've got a little sweetener and a little vanilla. That's a classic buttercream frosting, you know? So you want to use the powdered for sure because you're going to end up with that fluffy consistency. You wouldn't make frosting with granulated sugar, so definitely get that in there. And I'm going to add just a little bit more sweetener. I think these would be fantastic with peppermint in them and some chocolate for the holidays. Oh, it would be sort of like a junior mint fat bomb. Give it up. It's smooth. There's no graininess to it. There's a teeniest bit of graininess. I could have done the powdering just a little bit more, but I have some more powdered already made. See, I had bought the Swerve confectioner sugar, and so there was, I remember why I did this, because I put cinnamon in it. So this is cinnamon powdered sugar. Hey, it can't hurt, right? We'll make these however we want to. Definitely gonna, I'm just gonna play with this. I wanna see how frosting like it could get. For me, I mean, it would take a lot to make an actual batch of frosting for a whole cake. But you could definitely use the powdered to with a sieve if you want to sift it. Like I said, I've already got some cinnamon in there, so this is going to be nice. Okay. And that's it. That's deliciousness. That right there. Now we can take these, and it says to freeze these. This is how they do this recipe. They freeze them. So you could take and make little, whatever size balls you want with these, or you could use a little mold and just pop them in there, or put them in an ice tray, put them in the freezer. When they freeze, you can pull them out and dip them in chocolate. So, all right, Peggy. Anyways, it'll be really simple to put these in a little mold, pop them out, dip them in chocolate, and then you could drizzle white chocolate on them. You could do whatever you want. You could, these If we made some keto cinnamon rolls, you could put this on there. If you made a keto mud cake, this would be delicious on it. If you were doing keto bread in the morning and you wanted some creamy, cheesy, buttery sweetness, this is your ticket. I'm telling you right here. Thank you, nomnom.com. I'm just saying. Thank you. Love it. All right. Now then, onward and upward. How do I want to make these? I could use these, but they do have a lot of texture on them. So I don't know about that. I think I'll just go with the simple one here. But they're kind of big, and that's not a lot. So I don't want to make them too big. I got one too. Trying to decide how do I want to do these. Give me 5 seconds. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Here I am. I'm back. I want to use a mold. I tell you, I go all over the place for these molds. We've got little heart-shaped molds. We've got Christmas trees. We've got stars. We've got leaves for fall. Yes. Those are snowflakes, flowers. And I have one that's shaped just like a peanut butter cup, but I can't find it because I rearranged my kitchen this week, and I'm trying to reorganize it. All right. So, let's do this. Your kitchen looks bigger. Well, that's because I took the table out of here. It's funny how I took one table out, and it was just a dining room table, and opened up so much more space because now I have a baker's rack, an island, and my rolly cart that I was using for all my other lives has now got my microwave back on it, and yeah. So I have room for lighting and a stand. It's called a C-stand. All right, guys, so I'm going to take this just to be on the safe side, even though that's high fat. And I always like to give a little light spray on these. Kind of do that over the top of my trash can or kitchen sink, whatever. And I'm going to get a spoon. And all you have to do now is take this super creamy deliciousness and pop it in. And just press it down so that it fills it and scrape it across. Definitely easy peasy. What do I have there that's... Just make sure that you fill it in so there's no air bubbles and give it a scrape. And you can use a butter knife at the end of this to make sure you scrape across the top so you don't waste any of this goodness. And this really does not taste like cream cheese cake. This tastes more like a cream cheese frosting. Really, it does. It is tasty. And you know how when you used to get like Stouffer's chocolates and it had that filling, those chocolates that had the creamy interiors? That's what it reminds me of. But for some reason, I think because this is so high fat, look, there we go. Again, get yourself a little tray and just set them on there. However, that way you can fit some more in there. What the heck? We'll see if we'll make some springtime ones. Just like that. This is a sturdier mold. It's a Wilson mold. I have not bought theirs before. My poor hubby. He is so hungry, y'all. I'm just saying. I offered to make him breakfast this morning. My daughter started a new job this morning. She's going to be working at the bank as a bank teller. And so she popped in and she's like, I'm hungry and I'm always hungry and I don't know why and I don't want to give up on keto. So I made her a high-fat breakfast, and I said, that's how you do that. But I offered to cook for my husband, and he was just like, no, not right now. I'm like, okay, sorry, dude. So sorry. Let's see. Guys, I'm just talking out loud because it's hard for me to see the comments, especially when I'm keeping myself busy here. You know, trying not to mess this up. And this is actually coming along nicely here because, look, I've got 2, 4, 6, 8. So there'll be 10 fat bombs here. That'll be like little sunflowers. There we go. And then this one made 2, 4, 6, 8. So that's 18 right there. Now she said this makes 20. This is what I'm talking about. Depending on what size trays you have, what size scoops you're using, what size servings you're making, you're always going to come up with a different nutritional macros count. So that's what my point was. I think I will grab next. I'm just going to grab, oh, look, I've got another fall leaf one. So, okay. And I will finish this up. So that's 8 more. Definitely going to get 8 more out of this. And fall leaves just seem appropriate to me, guys. Just smush them down in there. And then once whatever's left on this too, I'll just put it in a jar for later because I think that'll fit nicely on there. I just want to smush it down in there. Smush, fill it in. And I'm going to let them freeze. I wish I had one of those, like on Food Network. They have those chill blasters. Those people can freeze anything quickly. Unfortunately, I just have my regular freezer. Here we go. All right. So far, we have 26. I have 26 fat bombs here, and I still have enough to make probably another 5 or 6 more. So I'm going to say this, for me, this made about 30 to 32 bombs. And that means they're not even a half a net carb, not even a quarter net carb each. How great is that? Into the freezer or refrigerator. And I think I have to choose, well, let's pull these out. They should be interchangeable now. And put these in there. There we go. Got those in there. And let's check these out real quick. Yeah, they hardened right up. Oh yes, guys. These did harden right up. Good. Let's move this out of the way. And set these right here. Let's move this out of the way. Might need that. Set those there. And I've got some Lily's dark chocolate. And I'm just going to pop these in a bowl and pop them in the microwave for just a minute. And you don't have to measure because this isn't really about how much you need. This is just about melting enough to do like a little drizzle, and that's all I'm going to do with these. So I'm going to add probably about a half a cup, between a quarter and a half cup. I'm going to pop it in the microwave. I always say microwave 1 minute and then do so many seconds afterwards, like 10 or 15 seconds. Because you don't want to burn them. There we go. That's going. So yeah, these came along just really quickly. I'm going to take this one that I was gnawing on right here. And they're actually hard now. She said they would set up at room temperature. Just the few minutes that I've had this in the freezer, they've hardened right up, so you might let them come back down. But this makes it easy if you wanted to dip the whole thing on a fork and just dunk the whole thing in chocolate. Or if you, like I would like to do, is I just like to drizzle them. So let me show you how I go about that. Move all of this off of here. me see what y'all are saying while I do this. Wow, they freeze that fast. Yes. Put this up. Get it off the counter. Get these all up and out of my way so I have a workspace. Now, you can keep this easy. I like to keep things easy. I hear you, microwave. So I've got this going, and I'm gonna use, oh, look at me, I have a handy dandy little whip right here. And they already are melted. 1 minute in the microwave. And I'm gonna add a little of this coconut oil to it. And that allows it to have a little more fluid motion. If you add a tablespoon or two to your chocolate chips, or a teaspoon, just depending on how much you're doing, this works out wonderfully. And just melt that down in there, and it instantly dissolves. And just give it a good stir, incorporate it all good, and see what we have here is liquid chocolate, and the coconut oil will obviously harden right back up. Okay, let me get this out of the way. I think I about killed that jar. You guys want to know where I got this jar of coconut oil? You see, it's kind of small. But it is Butcher Boy 100% refined coconut oil, women-owned company, non-GMO, certified organic, dollar store, $1 a jar. $1 a jar. So even if you spent $4 or $5, you would get a bunch of organic, non-GMO coconut oil at the Dollar Tree. What? That's your deal of the day. Run. I'll toss that. So let's do this. I'll show you how I would go about this to make it quite not so messy and easy to clean up. Is just get a piece of wax paper, lay it down on your workspace, and then you can just dump these out. Just like this. How are you doing, love?
Good.
And get them on there. You could do this and set the wax paper on top of your pan. That way, if you wanted to put them back in the refrigerator, that's fine. I'm not going to, because I'm going to drizzle this. They're already nice and cold. I guess this is the one I was gnawing on because it has my teeth marks in it. And all you need to do is just drizzle it. Just, you could dot them up, drizzle it up. This is a little thinner. I'm getting more of it everywhere. If you want a spoon, it's driving me nuts. Driving me nuts. I should put a stack of these spoons in my... So if you wanted to be a little more precise, you could easily get your drizzle marks. And I need a couple of drizzle marks here. And I have some left over because I am going to need some pics here. Some pictures. But I kind of like the dots too because they're fun. So this is all you need to do. And then as they sit here, the coconut oil is just going to get cool again. And your chocolate's going to get hard again. Oh, that machinery outside is just excruciatingly loud, y'all. You could just play connect the dots with these. Can I show you though? Can you see? So good? Yes? So tasty? I'm going to take this one here. And I'm going to show you that you could do like a half dip on it. Or you could dip it in the bowl. And And you can make them half covered. You can make them black and whites. How cute is that? You could take this and dip it into some nuts. Yes. Oh, it's already starting to soften because of room temperature. If I were to take one of these and do a half and then attach an almond on top, how cute would that be? I like it. It's a throwback to the Almond Joy or the Mountains Bar. I'm gonna come up here and show you guys or see what y'all are saying. You can also dump them in coconut flakes. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Let's see. Unrefined is one that tastes like coconut. Right. Yes. The unrefined does. I had chocolate on the screen. The unrefined. Oh, I keep putting chocolate on there. The unrefined tastes like coconut. The refined has no flavor whatsoever. It's just the fat. Let's see. You got an act in the kitchen by that man. Mean Easy. Let's see. What are these fat bombs, Jean? They are no bake coconut fat bombs. Coconut cookie fat bombs. And then in the freezer, we have a keto buttercream fat bomb. And again, with the chocolate, you can use the same chocolate right here. That's why I did as much as I did. I don't know that they are frozen yet. I will get rid of this wick. And I will look and see where I'm at with firmness. I don't think these will freeze as quickly because of the cream cheese. Oh my goodness, it did set up though really quickly, and I'm gonna hurry up and get it out of my hand because my hands are warm. I'm gonna pop this back in there. That way I can show you what it looks like. And I just don't even want to use, my fingers because they are so warm. So what I will do is I'm gonna show you on this little spatula that that's the shape of a leaf. You can make them smooth, you can make them square, you can use ice cube trays, whatever you want to. You can use paper lining cups, you can use a mini muffin pan, however you want. But this is that, and I'm gonna also add it to the wax paper. And I'm gonna use a little bit of chocolate and just run it right down the middle. If you let these get really hard, you can definitely dip them, and then you will get a darker light on them. Maybe that is just a little warm because they are not quite hardened. But it does have the chocolate. You can roll these in nuts, you can put them in coconut, and I'm gonna give it a taste. Oh. Can I just say, you're gonna love me forever and ever and ever now? Yes. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I'm gonna get a plate out. I'm gonna plate this up. I'm gonna show it to you. And we're gonna call it done. Then I can get my honey buns. I'm gonna put this on saute over here. Of course, I have chocolate all over me. Chocolate everywhere. I'm gonna move this here. And I'm gonna take some of these and I'm just gonna set them on the plate. And guys, this is, this is the fun part too. I love plating because I enjoy entertaining. I love being able to bring people joy from food. I just do. And are they consistently perfect? No, they're not. Not at all. But it's okay, right? Now, I'm going to go from this one because I think this is the one I put in first anyway. We have a maple leaf. We have, eek. I like how they just pop out easily. Easily. We have another leaf. Let's see here. I like this one. Talk about fall on a plate, you guys. This is just, let's do an oak leaf. And another oak leaf. Set that back in the freezer. And I can just, again, just drizzle these. If you wanted, you could make this thicker. You could. I'm thinking of ways. I could even use chalk zero syrup. But I want this to harden back up, honestly. I really do. I can take some toasted almonds. These are slivered toasted almonds. They're already toasted. I'm just going to give them a little crunch with my hand and spread them on the plate. I want it to come downward so that you guys can see this a little bit here. Ooh. I think they are beautiful. I want you to see how delicate. Now these, I use shapes. You can make them squares and totally dip them. But they're delicious. My God, they're so good. You guys, I've got to get a hold of Dawn for those because that's if you are not one to eat sweets because you will overeat them, that would be one of them. I mean, I'm gonna have to share those. I've shared them with y'all. I'm gonna see here now that these are cooling down, or warming up, I should say. Yes. So we have a cookie fat bomb, and we have a buttercream fat bomb. All of it's keto. It's all delicious. It's all no bake. It doesn't take as long as what I've just taken, but you know what I mean? I've got to run around and talk and do all this other stuff. So you could probably do it a lot quicker than me. That's for sure. Get them done, pre-make them. These are going to be great at Halloween. They're going to be good for Thanksgiving. They're going to be awesome. I can change the flavorings up for Christmas if I feel like peppermint. Or mocha, or vanilla, or banana, or strawberry. You could make these whatever. These buttercream keto fat bombs that I did in the shape of the leaves, literally you can make them any flavor that you can find with an extract and flavor them however you want to, and then cover them with your chocolate. Come Valentine's, you can make a variety of these and make your own keto box of chocolates. What? Oh my God, see? I hope you guys enjoyed this today. I hope you found some value in it. Do me a favor. I see 48 of you in here today. Please share this 48 times. One apiece, guys. Just one apiece. Post it to your group. Post it to your feed. Share it wherever you want to. I appreciate y'all stopping in today. I've got a live at 2 o'clock with Miss Robin Davis for Keto for Life. And so I've got to get in this kitchen now and clean it up. And in between that, I got to get my husband's pot roast on. And he has a dentist appointment at 4 o'clock. I will talk to you all later. Remember, fats first, moderate protein, low carb, and get you some. Now I get to walk around here.